Alright, Tibbs, let's see what we got behind that hubcap there. I've got a set of wheels I'd like to put on this truck. I think it'll make it look a little bit better. These can go on the trailer. Okay. We got rake wheels. Let's see. I was thinking 3/4. No, 13/16. That's it. Those look like new wheel studs. Judging by the brake work that I could tell without taking the wheel off, we might have brand new rotors. That's kind of what it looks like. Let's see, well, they'll harbor freight here. Knock these off. How are we feeling? We got brake drag because of the rust. Oh, the wheel, everything feels tight except for that drag link at the steering box. Yeah, those are fairly new rotors. Yeah, I'll find hopefully there's another one like this one. We'll throw that on the trailer. Put some air in it, it'll be fine for a little bit until I have to get new tires. These are barely broke in. Fairly new caliper. These were recently done. Well, that's a problem. We'll need to get a new kit for that. I don't know if I have any extras. Yeah, this rotor's brand new. It brakes really nice. Yeah, the shocks are starting to leak a tiny bit. They're probably about, oh yeah. They got some crappy hardware for the bracket here. So that's something we're gonna fix later, and we're gonna put some better hardware in there. Probably drill that out and go 1/2-inch hardware. This truck, initially I would like to keep TTB. So if we keep the twin I-beam, that's cool. But if we decide to go 4-wheel drive, just because, you know, we live out in the country, and well, I mean, when you're out here, having 4-wheel drive is a thing, especially if you get caught out in the woods. So we would probably go TTB more than likely. It's not cost effective to do a solid axle swap. It would be cheaper to, you know, get a TTB axle with a matching gear for the rear end and then be done. Just put a little work into it, slap it in the truck, and call her a day. Probably new springs and shocks. Well, all this will work with the 4-wheel drive. We'll just be changing the arms and stuff out. So that's kind of a later down the road plan. If we decide to go 4-wheel drive, it would be TTB. Yeah, there, Spider. Maybe we'll pressure wash these and polish them up. These look pretty good. I think if we polish these up, maybe we can get some of that rust pitting out, maybe. I don't know. Just clean them as good as they're gonna get and wax them or whatever. These tires are just a tad bigger than what was on there, but not too big. Good, we're the same bolt pattern. Can you imagine if this was the 5.5 or the 4.5? I have a set of wheels that would fit the pattern, but not the hub here. Get some new chrome lug nuts for it. Looks good to me. That actually sticks out just a teeny weeny bit. more than the others do. I like that. Sticks out about a ½ inch. Yeah. That's looking a lot better. I know I have center caps. I think I have 4 center caps. I'm not sure. I like that. Look at that truck there. This old Chevy looks like. Yeah, so I've got another one I'm gonna put on the other side, but the other 2 I'll have to get out the trailer. Yeah, we just need to make this thing 4-wheel drive. So yeah, I do want to get that back wheel out there and see what we got for brakes, so we'll do that here in a minute. We know we need a new slide pin kit for that. That's not cool having that broke. That we need that to keep the caliper preloaded. You know, it's not going to come out because that jam slider is still there, but the spring is definitely a problem, so I'll need to order a kit for this. Those are pretty cheap, so let's grab our tools here. Let's go rip off that other side. And one of those sales guys that's selling you wheel cleaner, I was not wanting to talk to them, but I had saw what it did to one of the wheels. I should have bought some. Oops. I don't believe in wheel covers. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. It looks like this matches the rear back there. President, not your president all season. I got an open country on the front right. Yeah, we have 3 Not Your Presidents and 1 open country. That's odd. I guess most of the tires matched, right? They've been sitting in the back. I don't know if we can get this rust off here and get if it's just surface on the chrome. And we'll see if we can get that back. Probably should wire wheel that, but these are going to be off again. Let's see. Somebody broke the pins on both sides. I don't know how they did that. Huh, okay. So that's the only stuff we got to do to the front. Yeah, someone did a lot of work to this thing and then they just gave up on it. Here we got the Monroe gas whatchamacallit shocks. This is what my 82 over there had when I first got it. I replaced those too. This side moves a little bit better. Probably has less rust on it. It's not flopping around like a flounder, so yeah, so we just need to clean those wheels up. Throw some new tires on it. I'm thinking what I'm gonna do, because in the back of my head I kind of want to put TTV in this later down the road, not right now. I don't know when we'd get to that, probably late in the year or even next year, I don't know. It depends on how the channel goes this year and whatnot, but I'm thinking I'm gonna get probably BFGs for this, or some kind of off-road tire in about this size. This is like a 30-inch. Yeah, it's a 30 by 9.5. Mud and snow, but this is junk in the snow, or even any kind of rain. Just because they're so old. Is that date code right? I see 0614, or maybe 2006 14, but they're not. I'm not sure. 0614. That's what it says. Yeah, so not really sure. These are Thunder Range AT. I'm gonna get some kind of off-road tire for this, even though it's gonna be two-wheel drive for a while. So when I do go four-wheel drive, it's already got kind of an okay off-road tire. Anyways, that's that. Let's put her on the ground and see how she sits. So that spring deal being all messed up probably explains why I hear it clunk when I hit the brakes. As far as I can tell, the brake pads have their return springs, but I'm still hearing some kind of clunk up here, and it's not coming from the radius arm bushings because those are new. So yeah, I like that over that. I'll get some new center caps for it. We'll get some kind of wheel cleaner, take off that rust, and we'll see if we can get that chrome to come back. I'm doubtful of it. I think it's probably toast. I think it's better than the wheel covers. I just don't like the wheel covers. Get dirt and crap behind them. These weren't too bad, but I think the brakes will be able to breathe a little easier too. That's the other thing, when I get wheels, I like to get wheels that will allow the brakes to vent from the front side, rather than just from the back. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. Let's I gotta swap battery. I'm using this tiny battery on this camera while the big battery charges. This one's getting ready to die, so I'm gonna go put it on the charger. I'm gonna go grab the big battery and we'll get that back wheel off and we'll see what we got going on back there. We got a couple hours left on this battery here. This one's freshly charged. I used to get 4 hours out of it. Oof. Well, let's see. Do you have date code on this tire? 235, 75, 15. There's this. 106. That's it. It's mud and snow rated. Took a lot of tread off. I did a burnout with this thing. Sorry I didn't get it on video. It's kind of at night. I love that thing. Those tires are probably from early 2000s, maybe 90s. They're all this shit. We got shocks back here. Okay, they're the cheap AutoZone ones. I want to get some better ones back here. Don't have a leaking pinion seal. Oh, we got a two-piece drive shaft in this. Fun. Yeah, we don't have an overload leaf back here. It's weird they did that with the, the long bed trucks. They put a smaller, kind of wimpier leaf spring back here. Frame looks pretty good. It's got a nice 18-gallon rear tank and probably a 19 front. E-brake cable on that one side hangs down way too low than I like. Whoa. Look at that. We got lots of brake material back here, so it's not wet. And it's probably new within the last 10 years. Okay. You guys want to see the brakes on this? I am going to do a brake flush on this. So hopefully we can get these bleeders free. That'll be another time. It looks like they had this loaded pretty good at one point, because this bump stop looks like it's been squished a few times pretty good. Yeah, so they've had this thing loaded pretty good. Are we looking back there? We need to get the polyurethane bushing kit for this truck. And it's got rubber up front and it's got polyurethane back there so it can, because it twists a lot, so they put a polyurethane type bushing back there. Probably on this truck we might put air shocks just because that'd be a cheap option, but they really don't give you too much of a load capacity. Putting an airbag kit in here gives you quite the capacity. So short tree on the front, long on the back, we're good there. I think I still did the rear brakes on my truck wrong. The e-brake does not work on this truck. I don't know if the cables are seized or what, but that's something we need to check out. I think it's actually the pedal itself. Oh, maybe not totally the factory exhaust. It's got an aftermarket muffler, but everything else looks like it's factory. So we'll put a round muffler in there. What if we just cut that sucker out and had a just cut that off and go 2.5 true dual out the back. It's got a spare tire. It's flat. I'm doing my workout this morning. I just ripped the wheels off the trailer and put the matching versions of these tires, which are rock hard, on the trailer. The trailer had hubcaps right here, so I had those. I need to find the ones for the front. This has the original brake hose in the back. I don't like that too much, so I'll probably order an. Oh, I think I still have the one from my truck. I can't remember if I threw it away. I may have thrown it away. I hope I didn't. I'd have to look through my hoard. I might actually have the new one of this. New one for that. So. Let's take a look at what we got going on here. Same thing. It's not wet. We're doing okay for material here. I'm gonna leave it. Just flush it. Now these tires here can get some miles on them. They're hardly ever used. I've been lifting off my, using my elbow and my arm, lifting off my leg to push that up, not using my back a whole lot. We're pretty well good in the brake department. Got a couple of things up front to deal with. Brake flush. I'll swap out that rear hose. I think I kept mine. I have to look. I hope I did. Look at that. She looks nice with these on. Get the caps for the front and good to go. Yeah, we might be able to polish that rust off there. We might maybe try it with something we have. If we can take that off. I think it's just surface rust, because this is actual just a a coating that goes on here. I just need to get polished. So I think that's just surface, and maybe it'll come off. I don't know. Not an expert at. I definitely need to get a wheel cleaner on there though. Cool. One little upgrade done there. Free. Cool. This was off. These wheels were off the extendable, if you guys remember that. So I thought this was an 86, but I was actually wrong. Someone pointed out in the Bullnose Ford's page, which I'll link down below if you want to be a part of if you aren't already. They said based on this trim right here, this means it's an 85. Right there it says it's an 85. The title it says it's an 85. I thought it was an 86. I forgot that on 85 was kind of the first year for fuel injected trucks, or at least became an option in 85. So we got ourselves a pretty decent running first generation EFI running truck here. But I think that looks pretty good with those wheels. We just need to clean them up a little bit more. Get some kind of, rust, whatever, cleaner and try and polish them up. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, look at the rest of the truck. It's got a few character building marks on it, but it's, pretty straight for the most part. I am still thinking about maybe trying to tweak that a little bit. Trying to square it up. And then doing a bed liner coat on the bottom. And then probably putting maybe a fender flare of some sort on it, but actually it almost doesn't even need it now because the chrome wheels kind of distract you from that. It makes it look a lot nicer, although I would kind of like to see some locking hubs up front. So we may convert this to 4-wheel drive. It's kind of ringing in my head, but it's low on the priority because I already have a 4-wheel drive truck. I mean, I may even just leave this a 2-wheel peel and we put a limited slip in the back and call that a day. What did I do with my pen? Oh, I wanted to climb out of the truck and let's look at that axle tag. I'm gonna need to grab a light. It was in the house. I had used it because I went and checked the mail. This rain has been off and on today, and it's just pissing me off. First of all, here's our brake hose. I want to know what we got for fuel lines. Yeah, I'm gonna put a set of shocks in this spare tire here. Deluxe Champion. Oh, this has probably been up here since Christ was a cowboy. Here's how we're wired in for trailer. Oh, so we need to find a thing here. Yeah, I'll have to clean that up later. Frames got surface rust on it, but it's clean. Yeah, I had a new muffler put in it, but the rest of the exhaust is factory. It's got all its cats and stuff. Plan on leaving that. I don't want this thing too loud. I wouldn't mind changing the muffler out to like a Flowmaster 40 or something. So what do we got? Oh, is that factory or is this replaced? Was I wrong about it having factory exhaust? At least it had factory looking exhaust. Looks like this has 355 gears, 8.8. It's more than likely open. Sealed up real good. I wonder if it's ever been serviced. It's got 140 some thousand miles on it. Yeah. And I think we'll be getting rid of the spare tire nonsense. Mount it in the bed or something. But yeah. Okay, so that ought to be it for this video. This is just kind of dinking around, getting to know our truck a little bit more. Swap out our wheels for something a little bit nicer. Yeah, I wish the weather was nice. I wish I had more of a garage to work in. This is all I've got. I mean, and yeah, I gotta reorganize it. I tore it apart looking for stuff. In the next video, I should have some more parts. I'm gonna have engine stuff. I've ordered the valve cover gasket, the intake plenum gasket. I might order a set of spark plugs for it, just because the ones that are in it are a little crusty looking. Especially that one on that one cylinder on the left hand side. So I'll do that. We're going to be replacing the brake booster. I have a sneaking suspicion with that power steering pump that if you remember in the first video, I had problems with that filler cap or that reservoir cap. I was having a thought, maybe the cap is leaking or letting it leak. Basically the same thing. And maybe also it needs a new high pressure line, which I'm gonna get a new one. They're cheap, they're like 15 bucks. So we'll swap that in there and see if maybe it stops leaking. If it stops leaking, then we'll leave that power steering pump alone. It's working fine now. You know, all the air and everything settled out of it, and it's hasn't been too noisy, other than being the typical Ford C2 pump sound. This might get a Saginaw pump upgrade, because we'll probably do a V-belt swap and a 3G alternator upgrade. Stuff like that I kind of have planned in the back of my head, just do some updates to it. I need to find another dual battery tray for this so I can put dual batteries in it. I like having dual batteries, so if you ever kill the one, you can jumpstart yourself. But yeah, next video, we're gonna do valve cover gaskets, probably change the spark plugs. The wires, cap and rotor are new, so there's no sense of spending the money on that and wasting it. Brake booster, we're gonna fix the power steering pump, and then that'll probably be it for that video. And then the one after that, we're probably gonna tackle stuff like that drag link that's blown out, greasing the front end, possibly pressure washing and cleaning the frame of the truck. And then we'll get to, well, that's probably gonna be a whole video in itself. And then we're gonna get to, oh, we need to fix that dipstick tube. I don't know what video that's gonna be in, but I need to look into that. In fact, I might crawl up under there and take a look, because maybe we can fix that all in the next video. But anyways, I have several videos planned, several things to do to this. We'll be changing the transmission fluid out on it. The first round, I'm just going to suck the pan out, and we're going to use the fluid extractor I did this with the Lincoln Town Car, and it worked amazing. Because if you know, if you don't have a drain plug in your transmission pan, you know it's going to be a mess. So if you suck it out with this, you can take that pan out without making a mess. So yeah, there's lots of stuff coming in the next few months, really. Lots of stuff planned. Mostly just getting this squared away and ready to rock. I still gotta wait for the title and everything to come in, and then that's due for tags, so I'm just gonna do these two at the same time. Go to DMV at once. Let's see. What else do we have? I have some stuff I need to order for that. That'll probably be after I get my registration and stuff done for both these vehicles. But I'm still collecting parts for the 4BT on that. I've got the head on the bench here, as you can see, and I got my full-on gasket kit there. But I have some things I need to get before I really start tearing it apart. And that being, I want to upgrade the valve cover to a breather on top, and then delete the one on the side of the engine. And then hook the breather up to the intake tube, so that way I'm not smelling the intake or the PCV exhaust. It's really nauseous. So, and then I have, let's see what else. Well, there's also the rebuild parts too. I mean, I'm going to have to buy bearings. There's some machine work that's got to be done to it, because I want to put new bearings in it and whatnot. But I'm blabbing on about that. That's a whole engine rebuild thing on that. I don't know, at some point we'll start working on the engine on that. I definitely want to focus on this one for a little bit and get it running real nice and good, because we'll use this truck to haul that 4BT to the machine shop, and then yeah, we'll just use our trucks for truck stuff. I need to stop blabbing. I'm gonna go inside and edit up this video and start getting stuff ready to upload while I'm at work. Oh, and I gotta swap my laundry over here. So anyways, I just want to let you guys know kind of what I have in my head of what's going on with this truck, what we're gonna be doing. It's a blank canvas, and it's a perfectly unmolested truck, and I want to keep it kind of unmolested. I want to do things cleaner than I did with that truck. I've done a lot of sketchy things. That's my first truck right there. And this one I want to try and you know, when we wire things in, adding stuff like extra lights or even doing the cab lights, I want to do everything just a little bit differently, a little bit cleaner. And yeah, I think we'll have a lot of fun with this truck. So anyways, tubes, comment down below if there's anything that you'd like to see, just suggestion wise, and just leave some comments on what you think so far, and comments, concerns, criticisms, what have you. Anyways, tubes, see you later. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment down below.